Just how can the Bengals bounce back this week of all weeks? In this video, I'll give you 3 Bengals who need to play much better this Sunday in an all-important game against the Kansas City Chiefs. This is John Sheeran of A to Z Sports, and let's start with the quarterback. Joe Burrow needs to play better, plain and simple. Now, yes, he should have had at least 1 touchdown against the New England Patriots, but there were no excuses for him failing to push the ball down the field when he needed to do so. And this is especially important this week because the Baltimore Ravens proved that you cannot easily score against the Kansas City Chiefs with long and methodical drives. You need explosive plays. You need your quarterback feeling himself in and out of the pocket and putting the ball in the hands of your playmakers to make plays down the field. Is this easier with T. Higgins? Absolutely. And we don't know if Higgins is going to play this week. But whether or not he does or doesn't, the Bengals need Burrow to push the ball down the sticks and try to move the chains without having to wait until third down to do so. This will involve Jamar Chase more often, especially earlier in the game. But the Bengals need Burrow playing at his midseason form and not in the weeks 1, 2, and 3 version that we're so accustomed to seeing over the years. But Burrow is not the only one on the offensive side of the ball who needs to play better. Right guard Alex Kappa specifically was the weak link of the Bengals' offensive line in week 1 against the Patriots, whether it was just not getting enough push in the run game or losing too quick and too often in pass protection. Kappa showed a lot of the similar signs that he started to display later on last season. Now, granted, he is one of the oldest starting players on the Bengals, period, and he might just be reaching that point in his career where he's losing a lot of athleticism, he's losing flexibility in his lower body, he's not able to maintain leverage. Whatever the case may be, Kappa doesn't look like the same player that the Bengals signed 2 years ago from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, but whatever he still has left, the Bengals need every ounce of it against the Kansas City Chiefs, because I don't feel like I need to explain the importance of pass protection against a defensive line that's led by the best defensive tackle in football, Chris Jones. Finally, looking at the defense, there are obviously a lot of names that I could list here after that performance where they gave up 170 rushing yards, but Sam Hubbard specifically is very important for this game. Containing Patrick Mahomes, keeping him in the pocket, making sure that he doesn't do the usual Magic Mahomes things, that's obviously very important for beating the Chiefs, and Sam Hubbard has been integral in that in the past meetings where the Bengals have beaten the Chiefs, but these games also happened years ago when, let's face it, Hubbard was younger and he was more spry. And he doesn't look like the same dominant edge setter that he used to be when the Bengals were making the playoffs. He looked terrible against the New England Patriots in the areas where he's typically been great. He's never been that good of a pass rusher, but let's face it, it's hard to pass rush Patrick Mahomes in the first place. His job will be contain and wrap up at the line of scrimmage, 2 things that he really failed to do against the Patriots. They need him to be significantly better if they have any hope to stop the Chiefs' offense. Overall, if Joe Burrow plays like his midseason self and the Bengals are at least competent in the trenches, they do stand a chance to beat the Chiefs and get back to 1-1 on the season.